I think the world is getting exposed. The world is getting exposed, especially when it comes to illegal immigration, wherever they might be in the world. What am I talking about? Well, let me start with our story that I keep telling you guys about. Why South Africa is kicking out illegal foreigners. The operative word here is illegal. Because for some reason, the world kind of like closes their ear when it comes to the part where we say illegal foreigners. Listen, South Africa or South Africans are the most welcoming people probably on the planet. Okay, maybe not on the planet because there are other nations that are very welcoming, like your Philippines and some Asian countries. You will feel at home. Same here with us. We love people coming to South Africa. We welcome people to South Africa. We have the spirit of Ubuntu that I've been telling you guys about. But one thing that we will not tolerate is when we cannot trace you. I don't think any sovereignty or democratic country or constitutional democracy will ever allow anybody to enter their country illegally. That is automatic national security threat. Now, can you imagine they're coming in their millions? In their millions, they're coming in. And the moment you say, hang on a minute, but as you guys are coming in, those that have been here already, they are committing heinous crimes against the people of South Africa. And the people of South Africa have been patient with these people for the past 32 years. That goes to tell you what kind of a people South Africans are because we keep telling you, please don't do this. And we put it on you because we trust you, we believe you that you are adult enough to have understood when we said, please don't do that. But you continuously do it. And at this point, you are doing it at an industrial level. So it's quite clear that there's now even an agenda to erase the people of South Africa. And I'm talking about the natives because they're erasing our history, they're distorting our history. They're trying to make us believe that no, 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 you guys did not go through apartheid. Oh, what you actually went through is a bunch of Europeans that came to your country, stole your land, stole this and stole that, and now you are all naked and you need us. That is the narrative they are driving. You need us because we are the same skin color. So once we come in, you allow us to come in, we'll get to kick out the white people. And the gullible white South Africans, because they are seeing opportunity of cheap labor, those that are slave drivers, that's what they do, whipping people, treating them subhumans. And then the same person that comes from the other side of the South African border cannot take it any longer and their revenge. And when they do their revenge, it is mass murder of that family. And guess who they attribute that to? Yeah, black South Africans. And yet, black South Africans, even in the worst of our times, colonialism and apartheid, not once did we go into their suburbs or their farms and then unalive them en masse. We never did that. But no, South Africa, we having white G-side. White black South Africans are white G-siding us. But they are not telling you the truth. That the people that are busy unaliving them are the cheap laborers that they treated subhumanly, and now they are revolting against them. And then they turn around and say it's us. Yet we lived with them when we had, and we were still the majority during days of apartheid. We could have just all of them. But we did not do that because that's not who we are. That's not who we are. Now, there is, because we're saying all foreigners that are illegally in a country, please leave, we are labeled xenophobic. Some people even go as far as saying South Africa is the most xenophobic country in the world against which country? against which country that makes us the most xenophobic country in the world? Who came up with these, I don't know, whatever it is, because I can't even call them stats. Because if there is a data that, okay, the USA is xenophobic, but the USA is not as xenophobic as South Africa is. So you can already tell that this is propaganda. And the propaganda is to destroy the global image of South Africa. I mean, we understand why we are being actually propagated. If you know about the story about Is Not Real, the ICJ, once again, South Africa having balls to stand up against bullies. I will leave it there. But we knew what was coming after that because, hey, how dare you as an African country to stand against Is Not Real? Don't you see other European countries and Asian countries, including the United States of America? We are the ones that are pulling the strings, and how dare you type of situation, you black people. We understood that. We understood what was going to happen. But there seems to be contradictions in that plan, and it's exposing the world. South Africans are not using violence. South Africans are using the constitution of this country that speaks about the will of the people. Well, this is what it says. The day-to-day running of our government must be based on the will of the people. That is enshrined in our constitution. The people shall govern. Yes, we have representatives that we vote for and we send them to parliament to drive our best interests, improving what needs to be improved, protecting us from danger internally and externally, and also create conducive environment so that South Africans and international investors can find South Africa attractive to invest. And another thing that I noticed is that suddenly the world got to see the cultures of South Africa during our protests. Some of them called us half naked savages. What have we done that made us deserve to be called savages? Because we are wearing our traditional attires? Because most of the traditional attire many people in the world saw is the Zulu attire. And yes, in the Zulu attire, there is minimal dressing. But we will not disrespect the laws of the country of lewdness and all that sort of stuff. We will also not be offensive to other people. Hence, you will see a mixture of Western clothing and our traditional clothing. But most of the time, the men will be, of course, half naked. We will carry sticks. That's symbolic. Because back in the day, we would not just carry sticks, we would carry spears. Now, a spear in our day to day South Africa is a deadly weapon. And our laws in the country do not allow us to carry deadly weapons like spears, guns, or anything that could be deemed to be a dangerous weapon. Hence, you see us carrying sticks, others are carrying tree branches, though they are symbolic of the spear. But one thing that is not dangerous is a shield. So that is why the world is like, oh, savages. Savages are all over the streets of South Africa. They are unaliving people. And there's not even one body that has been produced thus far that those protesters are responsible for. But the world is told that South Africans are unaliving people that are foreign nationals. It's quite funny. And here's the expose. On the 8th of June 2026 in Belfast, a Sudanese man carrying a box cutter attacks an Irish 44-year-old man, Mr. Ogilvy, trying to behead him. All hell broke loose. The total opposite of what is happening in South Africa is happening in what many people will say, why don't you guys be like Europeans? They are civilized. I did not know that civilization came along with burning people's homes, vehicles, and chasing them out, attacking them. I understand the anger, but the expose here is not once, including Sky News, that came to South Africa during very heavy protests, where not even one vehicle, nobody's home burnt to the ground, or anybody getting beaten because they are foreigners. Sky News called us xenophobic, savages, you name it. One journalist even went as far as lying, as saying that the protesters threw tear gas. And we all looked around and said, but we're not seeing anybody coughing, running, and doing all the stuff that tear gas will make a human feel. They called us xenophobic. They're saying we are the most xenophobic country in the world. But Belfast, guess what they are calling that? Oh, it's a protest. But Ireland gets away with that word? They don't get called xenophobic? Oh, we see you. Sky News call it, oh, it's just a little protest. It's a little riot. Not xenophobic attacks. Yes, what that man did triggered what is happening in Belfast. And I'm going to tell you as a South African citizen, those people are justified in doing what they did, not the violent part. I don't condone violence. I don't. But going out on the streets to protest and saying no more illegal immigrants in Ireland, I stand with Irish people on that one. I do. And Ireland should not be bullied into submission because of that. But no, South Africa, exception to the rule. But now I want to show you some few things, maybe 2 videos. Please bear with me, of what we are actually fighting. We did not wake up one morning and suddenly we looked at our illegal foreign neighbor who's been in our community since the 90s. We grew up with them. We saw them building families. We saw them building lives and able to send money back home, wherever they come from on the African continent. And suddenly we said, no, 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 we don't want you here no more. We did not wake up and we're not crazy. This is what all the propagandists are not telling you. Check this video out. It's a bit long, but check it out.
Give us. Open. Hey, bring it here. Open here. Put it here. Open there. Take it. Put it here. You think I'm playing one, eh?
I don't want to do something with you. That's why I do this. Please.
Put it there. Why you are giving me small?
No, I'll just bring you.
Put it there. Open it. Who are you working with? Huh? I'm asking you, who are you working with?
No, I'm not.
Who's your boss?
I'm working alone. I don't work with anyone.
You're gonna make me angry.
I'm working alone. I don't work with anyone.
Baba, you're gonna make me angry.
I'm a boss of myself.
Okay, so when you say you are working alone, it means you are manufacturing all of this thing
I don't
alone.
manufacture.
Who you working with?
I don't work with anybody.
You said what?
It's where they build, nothing is happening here.
It's where they're doing what?
It's where they build.
I can do this all day long. What's my name?
Drug control.
All this cigarette. Gana Paga.
Bengazi ukuthi le isupplier enkulu kodwa bengalindelanga ukuhlangabezana nezidakamizwa eziningi kangaka.
Jace, what's down this? Melissa landed the case. Okay, come. Put everything. Everything belongs to me now. Put everything here. I want more drugs. Where is male toilet? Guys, can someone go set that toilet there? No. Tell them this one. Wala. Afuna ukumvulela wena.
The keys for this guy to remove. What's my manager? Mr. Delo put him is open for you.
Thank you.
I know
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's that one? So this is your left. Huh? Yeah, but why when I ask you, you didn't give me. Take everything out. Hey, not you. Take everything out. Huh? Open. Why when I say to you, give me all drugs, you didn't give me all drugs? Be careful. When you open this one, be careful. Check it easy, slowly. Okay, it's paid. Open there.
Let's finish.
Be quiet, one. I asked you nicely. I said, give me more drugs. You tell me it's finished. What is this? Okay. Take everything. Put it there. How much million is they worth if you think? All of them. Together with those ones downstairs.
Not 10 million. It's up to 70 to something thousand.
No. I want for million. Because of I did my research. My research told me you have drugged for 3 million. Oh, you are laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
Right now, you just laugh at me.
No, I'm
5 minutes ago, you were sick. Now you're laughing at me. Am I a joke?
sorry.
Okay. Chaka Siva. I'm coming. Stay there, I'm coming. So guys, let's go! Mzansi, manje sibona sivuka.
Well, the rest of the video, I'm just going to play it on silent, but I'm just showing you something. Now, the gentleman that you see in this video is a civilian, not an army or a police officer. And the reason why the civilians have actually taken over what the authorities are supposed to be doing is because the authorities themselves have partnered with the people that are killing this country, particularly the future of this country, our children. Now that this Nigerian man and his drugs are caught, hundreds, if not thousands, of South African children's lives are going to be saved. Who knows, out of that, we might be lucky and get a president who is actually going to fix our country. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, pilots, nurses, teachers, engineers, all of these people, the Nigerians that are in this country, they are taking from us. And if it's not going to be us who stand up, because the will of the people, the government that we entrusted to protect us from Nigerians that are doing this, they are complacent. They are not doing anything, but instead they turn around and say, stop being xenophobic. What do you call this that you are watching? If we are being xenophobic, what is this called? What phobia is this? That is exactly what South Africans are asking for. And the other thing that South Africans are asking for, if South Africa and South Africans are the most xenophobic people on the planet, so why do you keep coming to South Africa, legally or illegally? Why people continuously are being intercepted in our borders, trying to enter South Africa, the most dangerous country for a foreigner? Somebody needs to explain to South Africans that the ones that are in South Africa with all these so-called xenophobic attacks and xenophobic attack protests, they are not planning to pack up their bags and run away. Oh no, they'll tell you, I'm not going anywhere. So you would rather be unalived in South Africa than go to your own country where you are going to be safe? So quite clearly, something isn't right in their country unless most of them are fugitives of the law from their countries. And that is why they don't want to leave the most xenophobic country on the planet. But people who are lazy to think, they make these think piece videos about how cruel South Africans are towards their fellow Black Africans. Or Africa Unite, Pan-Africanism, all that rubbish that South Africans reject outright because for some reason the entire African continent of 1.5 billion people must unite here in South Africa. Make that make sense. The limited resources we have are beginning to show that our country's infrastructure is crumbling right before our eyes. We must be here, say nothing, because we will be called xenophobic. So I want to know, what do you call that? What do you call those that are screaming and say South Africans are xenophobic, but the victims of xenophobia, they're saying they're not going anywhere? What phobia is that? That's what South Africans are actually interested to know from the rest of the world that believe the propaganda about South Africans being xenophobic. Those that refuse to leave, what phobia do we call that if South Africans are xenophobic? But anyways, since South Africa has put a deadline of the 30th of June, And the government is a little bit panicky because South African government knows South Africans. Once South Africans are fed up, there's nothing you can do to stop them. And I, as a South African myself, I cannot guarantee you that myself, as a South African, on the 30th, I might not do anything. I'm a South African who's fed up, who's not being heard by his government. But there's no way that I'm going to commit violence. I'm going to use the very laws of this country to get out of character, to be not to have Ubuntu. I will take my Ubuntu, put it aside, and then say, police, that place, that place, that place, there are illegal foreigners. Unfortunately, some of them, I know them. Some of them, I have friendships with them. But because when we are seeking for their voices, they say nothing. Not once any of them set up camera and say, hang on a minute. Don't listen to those propaganda. There's no such a thing is happening in South Africa. We are living in harmony with South Africans. However, there are people that come from specific African countries that are committing crimes in South Africa. Not once have they done that. Not that they can't, they can. They are in South Africa. So why should I have mercy? So no, they gotta go. They got to go. Maybe when they're on the other side, they will learn to stand in solidarity with the host country when the host country gets falsely attacked and falsely accused of things. Maybe they will stand with the host. That's what's happening. Now that the government is realizing, oh, we need to do something. Suddenly now, when it's too late, by the way, I must say, suddenly now, this is what they're doing. The government, this is what it's doing. I can tell you right now, number one, it's too late. Number two, it's not enough. The very same police officers that are now chasing them used to be their partners. They used to be their partners. So do you think those police officers are actually doing something? I don't think so. They're just, appeasing us South Africans. So that is why we say, don't worry, on the 30th, we'll be doing it ourselves, but we will be accompanying the police to make sure that people are arrested and people are deported after being banned. Anyways, do what you will with this information, but the world is being exposed by Belfast. Belfast is proving to the world that South Africans are not what they are saying about us. Because what Belfast is doing is child's play to us. South Africans don't mind burning this country to the ground and rebuild it. That's a South African mentality. We don't go for few cars. The whole thing will be in flames. Well, I'm saying it here metaphorically. Anyways, I'll leave this video right here and I'll see you next time with a new one. Goodbye.